Welcome to Lyme Support Network podcast, hosted by Holistic Therapy Tribe. In each episode, we talk with someone from the community, like a doctor, warrior, coach, advocate, or an entrepreneur, to hear their personal story and insights. Today, our focus is on a Lyme warrior. Our guest is Jana Mitic.
Thank you.
Jana, can you briefly introduce yourself to our listeners?
Okay. Yes, of course. Wishing you a good day. I'm Jana, and I am a Lyme disease patient. I mean, I have been treating Lyme since 2021, and it's been a long road, let's say, but it has been a really interesting and insightful road with a lot of ups and downs. But it's still kind of ongoing, but a lot of things have made me feel much better. Yeah.
Okay. So, when and how did your Lyme journey begin?
My Lyme journey began, I think, maybe a long time ago, but when I didn't even know that I had Lyme. Uh, as usually for people, it started very, very long time ago when I had brain fog and a lot of other symptoms and fibromyalgia and pain and everything, and I didn't know. I think it might have started in my childhood even, so that's possible. But sometimes you don't know. I mean, but I have been bitten 2 times by 2 ticks. One in maybe like when I was 11 or something, and the second one in 2017 or 18. I'm not sure, but I think it was 17. So it was like,
So,
yeah,
how you
kind.
came to know that tick has bitten you? Because it is not that painful. It does.
No,
It won't cause any pain.
yeah, it doesn't cause you pain, and it didn't cause me
Then
the last.
how?
So,
Then how you manage to find that a tick has bitten you?
uh, well, I saw the tick on my hand, to be honest, but I
Okay.
I didn't go to the doctor exactly, so I just left it kind of for a while because I was hiking and I was very tired. So that was a very big mistake. Afterwards, like thanks God, I went to the doctors and everything, but they gave me a doxycycline, which caused me to have some allergies. And I saw those
Mm.
allergies on my face, and I was like, I'm not gonna take this antibiotic. Look, I'm not gonna take it. And that was just kind of a dumb decision on my part because I should have exchanged it. I should have asked for another antibiotic, but I didn't. So I didn't kind of care. I just left it like that.
Mm.
And it just developed, I guess, over years, over a few years. And it kind of uh, exploded, I guess, in 2021, I think so. So
So when you got the first bite, did you had any idea that it can become too big, too chronic?
No, 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 absolutely not. I didn't know anything about chronic stuff. I didn't really even think about it. I was like
Mm.
watching some videos, and I was like, Lyme disease didn't catch any of my attention. I wasn't really
Mm.
noticing it. When I heard about it, it was like, well, that's a strange disease I don't care about. So I didn't care at all. So and apparently it was a big mistake, because when you Google stuff, you can't find actually the Lyme exact symptoms. You can find like very, very acute symptoms, but you can't find chronic symptoms. So chronic symptoms, came back later and like slowly started like creeping in, and that progress is strange for everybody, and that's why people are like confused. They don't know what's going on, and they're like Is it this? Is it that? Researching everything. So I think that's a little bit tricky. It's tricky disease.
Yes. So, what were your first symptoms and how long did it take to get diagnosed?
Um, I guess first symptoms were like pain. I mean, fibromyalgic pain, like pain in my muscles, like kind of a soreness and nerve pain. Because I'm a violinist, I played violin for pretty much all of my life, and I started to feel stiff back, and the pain and sore muscles and everything, and I couldn't sleep well. I had insomnia for a long time, I think. And I didn't
Because
know.
of this pain or
I don't know. I think
mm,
insomnia was kind of I didn't know what caused it. I was like, oh, I just can't sleep. I thought that I was just too stressed around
mm,
working, the university life, just really getting grades well, just performing well, and everything. I was really like high, very ambitious, very like kind of tried hard, and then I realized, oh well, this physical kind of problems are causing me pain, so it's stopping me from achieving like high end goals with physical activity. Like playing music is very physical, so it's like a sport. You have to perform. You have to like reach certain levels of being very capable. So it kind of started taking away my power, like from my muscles and with neuropathy. At one point, I started like losing the sense of a string in my finger, and I was like, what is going on? I don't feel the string well. It's strange. And it took a long time to get diagnosed. To be honest, it took like well, it took a long time. It took a long time. I didn't. I'm not sure, but it took a very long time, and I went through to a lot of different doctors, and the one who diagnosed me finally. I mean, thanks God, he recognized my patterns on my skin, like patches. Like if you have like a circle, which is like very red, bright red and warm to touch. It's Borrelia, like later also. And it can cause, like, for example, for Bertonella, it's like streaks on the skin, like lines. Or it can be like, but for Babesia, we don't have exactly the outer symptom. Exactly. You cannot recognize it from the skin. So I think it was diagnosed in 2021 for sure.
okay. So, how did your diagnosis impact your life personally, professionally, and emotionally?
How did I process this happening in my life? How did I cope with it? You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know what it was, so I guess I was just like naively thinking it was just something that's gonna go away, because I had very good days and then bad days and good days and bad days.
Mm,
It was just like, a roller coaster kind of ride. And it affected me, but it didn't affect me as badly as it affected me later in life, like in 2021. Like when I realized I couldn't go do CrossFit, like I was doing CrossFit, exercising, going hiking, um, and I was very, like ambitious physically also again. But I don't know what happened. I think I caught some mild virus or something, or I worked out too hard. I think I worked out too hard in the gym, like way too hard. So I think after I over exercise like too much, I kind of my body was just like allergies, weakness, everything kind of blew up. And then I was like, oh, what is going on? Like, what kind of disease this is? And I started looking for all those diseases, like, is it this? Is it that? The neurologist, like all kinds of different possibilities that those symptoms can cause. And yeah, it wasn't really anything, any of it. It was it was a lot different, but it did affect me. It affected me, but I decided to like be, like to find what it is.
So, what was the most challenging part in your journey early on?
Well, the most challenging part, I guess, it was just like uh just like realizing you can't do with your body and be active, for example. And the most challenging part was when I couldn't really walk and be active. And like the also the brain fog. When I would talk to people and be present in a room or with people, I would just like, my brain would be like, I'm checking out, like I'm here but I'm not here, like being kind of present in the conversation but I'm actually not present. It's always all kind of, like background noise. Everything that was going around it was like background noise, and it was challenging because it was just confusing. Like I didn't know what how do I make sense out of it and what's going on. Like am I present? Am I not interested in what people are talking? Is my brain just like um doesn't like to I didn't understand my brain, to be honest. And that was kind of challenging. And yeah, I mean, probably also, people go through a lot of stuff. Like people go through medical gaslighting, I guess, which is like a biggest thing, because they're told they're just anxious, or either that they have like some kind of panic attacks, or that they're hypochondriacs, kind of too worried about some kind of disease, which is always not true. I mean, not always. Maybe some people do actually do that, but a lot of Lyme people don't have that problem. And until you get it on paper, until you get on the labs, until you get it exactly the clear picture what it is, you have this like uncertainty going on. But like if you have faith, for example, inside of you, you know that it's gonna be found sooner or later. Like you have to trust it. Like you have to trust your intuition and be like, this is something, and I'm gonna know what it is. You gotta trust it. So that's my message for someone else who is just like um panicking, like what it is, or how do I know what it is, why is it happening to me, or something.
Did you face any misdiagnosis from doctors?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. As typical Lyme patient, I did face a lot of misdiagnoses, like fibromyalgia, or like just simply, just idiopathic pain, myalgia, or that was mostly my misdiagnosis. Like that was the biggest. Like you just have fibromyalgia, pinched nerve. You just got herniated discs. Like that was, I think that's a big one, because a lot of people think they have herniated discs, while I had actually Lyme arthritis, where in your
Hmm.
spine disc, they're like getting bulged, like they get bigger, and they press on your nerves, and your muscles hurt then. So I think, well, I didn't quite understand it, but I knew that if I eat something that's not affecting me in a good way, that it's gonna flare up. So I kind of figured things with diet very early on, and I think that helped me because if I would eat right, I mean, things would be okay. But if I would just, slide back on the very inflammatory kind of diet, I would get
Mm.
again just, like symptoms.
Yeah. So what type of foods you eliminated, and what kind of foods you introduced to your diet at that
Hmm.
time?
Yeah, well, actually, I decided to, like, a long time ago, even when I was much younger, I think I decided to just eliminate sugar, and I just ate very natural kind of sugars, natural kind of like stevia or honey or something like that. I would avoid sugar, but still here and there, whenever I would have sugar, it would really flare up to a point where it was like
Mm.
really really big pain, in nerves and everything. So I figured, well, there is something about sugar. So I definitely, expelled sugar a long long time ago. So after sugar, I expelled kind of gluten stuff, and everything that was kind of high FODMAP. I don't know. Some people maybe know that there are low and high FODMAP foods, which are high or low in histamine. So when you get Lyme disease, your histamine goes crazy, kind of. So this histamine stuff goes so crazy that it just reacts to a lot of different stuff. Like it can just your gut can accept certain foods and be like, oh, okay, okay, and then there is a week where your gut does not accept that food anymore. You're getting allergies to that food. And you're like, what's going on? I was fine with bananas or something, and I was just okay, or rice. But then it starts, causing problems. And then, later on, you realize it's the carbs. Like, it's the carbs. It's inflammatory stuff, like
Mm.
too sugary fruits, or anything that has a high glycemic index, or something that has a very, like super starchy, like sweet potatoes. Or, I mean, it depends from a person to person, but I decided to, like, eliminate anything that's kind of sweet, and like fast food and processed, and everything that's unnatural, let's say.
Okay. So you tried eliminating all the manufactured foods.
Yes, yes, yes. I had to do it. I had to do it. And
And what about the gluten?
it was not a problem for me for some reason, but to be honest, I wasn't eating bread. Like, I was never like bread person. I never was
Okay.
bread heavy time,
Mm.
Like, I was like, okay, bread is fine, but I would rather go for some pastry.
Mm.
But um really, just bread, it didn't make sense to me very much. And I'm not a big fan of bread, so it was not a problem. Like, gluten, it didn't cause that much of
Mm.
it. It wasn't a big deal, but it definitely, I mean, what is gluten? Like, people should ask themselves, because gluten can raise your glycemic index, and also can cause, because it turns into sugar later in your body, so it can
Yeah.
cause certain things. And if you are not knowledgeable about it, you can suffer consequences, and people don't know very much about it. And okay, fair enough. Some people are just like, okay, I don't do well with gluten, I'm just gonna, like, expel gluten, and it's gonna be fine. But still, I don't think it's just gluten. I think there's a lot of other stuff, like a lot of other stuff.
Okay. So how did you finally get a correct diagnosis?
Well, yeah. I mean, I went to the right doctor. I mean, the doctor who already saw cases of Lyme disease, and he was already like, he was already interested in this disease. I mean, he knew stuff, and he knew what it looks like on the skin. Uh, what are the neurological manifestations of it? He knew he knew people who had it. He saw stuff, and he said, "Yeah, this looks like, like later stage of Lyme." And like he saw my pictures from the the patches, like the allergies I had, and it all looked like the late stage of Lyme. So it wasn't too hard for him, I think, but for a lot of people, it is very hard because it's one of those things where I don't know, you gotta pray to find the right doctor. If you don't go to the Lyme doctor or somebody who had experience with Lyme disease, it's extremely hard, and you're gonna give them a lot of money. You're gonna spend a lot of money, and you're not gonna get the right diagnosis, and that's very, very tricky because it's gonna go a lot of time without you knowing what's going on.
Mm.
And
And
um,
do you want to mention the doctor who has diagnosed and treating you?
I mean, it was a very he's not a famous doctor at all. Like, yeah, I mean, the doctor is really like he's a dermatologist, but he had seen stuff like that. I mean, so it's he's not Lyme doctor, but
Mm.
I would recommend some other doctors. I mean, we have in the Balkans, for example, we have this person. Her name is Saima, and she knows very, very well to recognize Lyme symptoms. So I would rather tell people to go to her if someone is from the Balkan area or something. But I didn't know. I mean, and I had I've been it's been recommended to me to go to Poland because Poland is a very it's a very like a very aware country. The people of the country are very, very aware of neuroborreliosis. Like, just unimaginable how much people know about it. Like, even just Uber drivers, they know about it. Like, everybody
Mm.
knows about it, and it's a big awareness thing, which I think it's very important. But sadly, for example, in the Balkan area, where some countries, it's kind of like it's almost like, oh, Lyme, that's a fake disease. That's just like something that doesn't even exist or something, like that they say. So,
Okay. So, did you explore holistic or integrative therapies? What worked best for you?
yes, I did in the beginning. To be honest, I just remembered something that I forgot to tell you about diagnosis. Actually, there was one doctor. Her pages got gut food microbes, something like that. I think she's from British Columbia, and we had a 15-minute like clarity call. It was very fast. I looked for doctors on literally Instagram and all those, social media places, because I didn't know what's going on. And of course, as a person who's constantly on social media and everything, I was like, oh, maybe this doctor, or maybe if I comment my symptoms, maybe someone can tell me what it is. And there was this woman, I think her page is Mind Mood Microbes, and she was like, okay, let me give you a 15 minutes clarity call for your gut because I had gut problems. And when I described my symptoms, like, oh, I'm like having jitters, like, like jitters in my hands or legs, like electricity is going through me, something weird happening. And she said immediately, oh, that's not SIBO or anything, that's just like Lyme disease. And I was like, So just several minutes into a call, and I was like, oh, and that was really like, oh yeah, I mean, I didn't expect that because I called. I thought we had a call about gut, but she said no, 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 it's much bigger than that. So she was right on point. I mean,
So, any specific protocols that worked very well with you, for you, and
aha,
gave some results?
mm-hmm. Of course. Well, in the beginning, it was like when I discovered cat's claw, I was feeling that
Mm,
everything went very well, and I thought, because I had some antibiotics for my gut problems, clarithromycin, metronidazole, and something else for gut problems, like from gastroenterologist. It helped me very much, and I was like, okay, this is helping, and then by doing research, I came to like another girl who said, hey, have you tried maybe cat's claw? Like cat's claw is really good, you should try it, and thyme. And I was like, yeah, I've never tried that, I mean, I should, and I tried, and I was like, well, this is working, I mean, it's helping, but then it was working, and it always works. Like for Borrelia, if someone has Borrelia, it always works, I think. Um,
mm,
then it was a period of like mm, maybe like your body and your microbes, they like kind of adapt to the therapy, and then you have to switch some to something else. You have to. That's why all those
mm,
a lot of supplements. You think that they're crazy, they buy all the supplements in the store. So I had a bunch of supplements, and I'm still, like I still have some supplements here. And it started to be like colloidal silver, um like thyme oil, um cat's claw, both in powder, both in tincture, parasite cleanses like with clove oil, or a clove tincture, especially because it kills parasites, and especially because I think it's best for babesia. And black walnut husk tincture. Then maybe I used cryptoleptis. I think that was later, but I think it's a very strong herb, and I think it's good. I use hotinia. It's some sort of a very prickly herb, like has a lot of prickle stuff. So it's a very prickly herb, and it's very very good. Like that's very very good herb for Borrelia. And like I didn't even know, but even hydrogen peroxide worked well. Like just a few drops of like food grade hydrogen peroxide. And I don't know, like just cleaning your blood. Basically, you had to clean your blood, take herbs that are gonna make your blood thinner, because every Lyme patient has thick blood, very thick blood. And then
mm,
when you research it, you gotta find very blood thinner, kind of blood thinning herbs, that are gonna make your blood less thick, and kind of flow better, and have better circulation. So there was just this one thing which helped me for MCAS and POTS, like POTS. I don't know what people like to call it, but there was a thing with pomegranate PLT. Like that was a very big discovery. It was like it was very unexpected, to be honest. Like I was just not accepting a lot of stuff that was suggested to me by my mom or some family people, like, and they say, oh, you should try this, this kind of tea or this kind of stuff, and you kind of get bored and be like, oh, you're kind of giving too much hope into this or that. But my advice is try as many things as you can. So I tried it, and it was very, very good. Like, pomegranate is also blood thinning, like
Mm.
making your blood thinner, making your allergies down. Like, it suppresses your autoimmune explosion of allergy problems. It makes you calmer. Like, it's very good for your blood pressure, for your um I would say relaxation even before bedtime.
Mm.
So you have to dry that pomegranate peel, and make tea, and it should look like color of the beer in the end when you make the tea. It's very good. Like, it calms you down, makes all those cytokines and crazy stuff go down, and you feel much, much better. And the problem with Lyme is that the body gets overly active, like overly stimulated, and it doesn't know what's happening because it doesn't know what is bothering your body from the inside. And then that's why it's called the autoimmune disease, because the body attacks itself. So when you lessen the response of your body, like, the things just get better, get normal.
So can you explain how to make that tea to the audience?
Aha. Well, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's very easy. Like, I just watched videos, and I there was a lovely Indian lady on the internet, and that was showing, like, on YouTube. Literally, I went on and I saw how she made the tea, and she took, like, big chunks, like, of the peel, and she peeled it and separated big chunks and put it somewhere to dry. And when those, like, big chunks of, like, pomegranate peel was dry, you would boil the water, and you would just leave it inside. You wouldn't take it out. You would leave it inside because it's very nutritious. It has a lot of magnesium. It has a lot of, I think, potassium and minerals. So you just, take that tea to dry to get cooled off a little bit, and then you sip the tea, and it just calms down your nervous system and everything. So that tea is really good. But also for people who are struggling with irritable bowel, and or just, like, have trouble with, like, the colon and such, I would recommend this tea, which is really good. It, like, calms down bowels and bowel irritation. It's very good.
And from your experience, you suggest people to have it, correct?
Yeah, I suggest it. Yeah, I suggest. And but don't eat pomegranate. I mean, to be clear, like, pomegranate is very high in sugar inside. Do not eat
Yes.
inside. It's not herb for. It's not like the fruit exactly for Lyme people, or people with Lyme or such. Like, it's very, very high in sugar. So
Mm.
I recommend berries, like strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, blueberries, whatever you like, in berry form you can have, and it's gonna be much, much better, because then you can sweeten it even with erythritol, xylitol, and or stevia and such. You can bake a almond cake
Mm.
with it. Like, there's a whole bunch of things you can make, like, keto friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how do you currently manage your symptoms?
Currently I'm at this stage where I'm trying this new treatment, which is called intermittent intermittent hypoxia therapy, which is like breathing hypoxic air, and basically by breathing you probably activate this vagus nerve, and you breathe that in cycles. You breathe hypoxic air, and then you breathe the normal air for a while, and just, like, breath training, like breath training, like antiparasitics, like cloves and all the antiparasitic, kind of herbs, healthy herbs. Um, Walking, breathing fresh air, being in a fresh environment. Um, trying grounding, to be surrounded by nature. That's very important. Like, very, very important to be somewhere near nature. And what else? Antiparasitics, essential oils are also nice. I mean, for your brain, for example, because for your brain has to recover really well. Like, if somebody wants to recover from Lyme, he has to have a very good sleep. So your night's sleep is very important. Like, that's number one. And you want to get a good quality sleep. And that's where essential oils come. Like, for example, I bought orange right now, and I love to put it somewhere before bed and just, like, sleep with a beautiful sense of, like orange or some really citrusy or bergamot or something, because your brain recovers subconsciously sometimes, and you have to let it rest. You have to let, all the anxiety thoughts away, which is impossible, to be honest. But you gotta, I don't know, pray, whatever you actually do. I mean, however your mindset is, I don't know. But for example, just being grounded and being, like, at peace, like at peace with yourself, like at peace with everything that's going on, accepting things with gratitude, being thankful for everything, as, like, this is something that has happened in my life, and it's unusual, but it's also teaching me a lot of stuff. And it makes people, I think, more empathetic. Like, it moves them towards helping other people. It moves them towards something different. It helps them discover themselves, maybe. It helps them discover new hobbies or something that they never explored maybe before. So I don't know. I just want to say, like, it's very helpful. Oh, I also have this Lyme watch. I mean, it's Nikki watch, Nikki Lyme. It's called Nikki Lyme, and I do have Lyme daily program, and I run
Okay.
that watch. Uh, you know, like, to be honest, I haven't been consistent lately, but it's like it has some kind of red light, like a red therapy into your skin. It does something. I do feel better with it, to be honest. And I have some frequencies back home. Like, I have frequency generators that I use, like,
Mm,
for, like, killing the bugs, which are not the whole package, but are very
mm,
good deal of killing off the pathogens. So I
mm,
like frequencies. I really like and support frequencies.
mm. And what other things that this watch will do, actually?
This watch, I mean, it has. I only use this Lyme daily thing, but to be honest, I think it has more than that. It has programs for allergies and other stuff. But to be honest, I just have this Lyme
Mm,
daily thing. I haven't tried the other stuff, but I think it's really.
okay.
I mean, I heard it's good from some other people who had Bartonella and some very, like, kind of creepy stuff and very bad cases. But I heard very good stuff about this watch. So it looks like a regular watch. So,
Okay.
no, and you're, like, helping yourself with it. So
Okay.
yeah.
Mm. So, have you tried any lifestyle changes like diet, detox, etc.? Did they help you?
Yes, yes, absolutely. I mean, maybe the biggest one was the biggest thing, like in healing, is detox, and I started going to the sauna regularly. Every week, I try to sweat a lot. I try to sweat. I try to be taking, like I take zeolite. Um Not daily, but I take it. It's a binder. It's a very good binder. But I know there are bad quality zeolites and good quality zeolites, so sometimes it's hard to find a good quality one. But if you know how to, ask around the groups and everything, like, you could find a good quality zeolite, and a good quality zeolite just binds your toxins. You instantly feel some kind of relief. You feel better, and I think it's really good after you take those zeolites. You go to the sauna and you sweat. You sweat a lot. Then you take a shower. You do a little bit of cold water. You take a little bit of warm, but also cold showers a little bit. Not just when you're just like shockingly cold, but sometimes very mildly cold shower can help. Um, and But yeah, sweating was kind of a unknown thing for me. I didn't sweat. To be honest, I couldn't sweat very much. I mean, I didn't even sweat enough. So it was like when I started the sauna, I was like, wow, this is so much better when you get all the sweats, and you just feel so much better after that.
Hmm. And how important is mental health support in your healing process?
Mm. That's very important. I'd say that's very important. It's huge, to be honest. Like, people dealing with all the things that are going on in the world, plus that are going on in their lives. Not even meant to mention like Lyme and stuff. People without any illnesses, they're like struggling, like depression, anxiety. They pay lots of money for therapy, they do stuff, they take medications, blah, blah, blah. But people with Lyme, they need to be understood and they need to be heard, they need to be talked to, like they need a friend, they need somebody that will be like, okay, you don't have to be like doing anything, I'm just gonna sit here, we can watch something or we can just do nothing, but I'm gonna sit with you and just be like a friend. And I don't know, I think that's maybe what every Lyme person needs, like, and supportive people who are just who believe in them, who say that they're going to recover fully and that it is possible. Then good examples, like there is a very good group on Facebook, like Lyme Success Stories, which I also started, like Lyme Success Club Hub. I'm so sorry, Lyme Success Hub. Which is like a page where I want to share, people's stories, where people who have beaten Lyme, like they can share how they did it, and I think it gives people a lot of hope, because when people are very sick, it's very hard for them to be like, oh yeah, I mean, they hear those stories here and there, but they're not convinced that they're gonna get better. And it's easy to fall into despair, which is, sad. We should never despair. Like there is always a way. There is always very good doctors. There is always a way for how to fundraise, how to there are ways, like there is hope. That's what people have to know. And I don't know, if somebody feels like they need help about something, they can always reach out to me. I'm very open to talk to people. I mean, it helps me as much as it helps them. So
So, like-minded people, when they talk, that is a different story altogether.
yeah. It's different. Like you can like exchange stuff, and you know that they understand because they've been
Yeah.
through. problems, their own pain,
Mm.
and understand you. You understand them. It's
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
How do you stay mentally and emotionally resilient?
Um. I don't. uh, that's actually, like, uh I don't know. I think only God can help me, to be honest. I don't think I'm super resilient, but the thing is, the faster you admit that you're like, you know, I can't do, like, I'm not powerful. I'm not, like this. I'm not like that. But if you, it's something, that people are resilient by design, like they are resilient by design. They are created, God created them to be resilient. And when you look at it, people survived terrible things, like
Mm.
harder things than Lyme, and terrible, like, um, hardships, wars, and whatnot. So if you look at things, and if you start looking for harder stories than yours, like when you look at some other people's hardships, you realize that your story is not as bad. You realize, okay, I mean, I have some problems, but these are kind of logical ways, and this is kind of how it can go. You can organize it in your head. This is a possibility, and maybe this can be a possibility, and if I contact this person, maybe that will be a possibility. So I guess you should be very, very open-minded, like extremely open-minded, and just uh, be open to what people tell you, like, like, of course, not to be like bombarded with a bunch of stuff, but you need to listen. You need to open up yourself to hearing stuff that helped other people. Like, you gotta listen, you gotta seek for it, you gotta be very, very persistent, and you gotta exercise. You gotta exercise, like, even if you are weak, you gotta be like, okay, like I'm gonna make some steps, and my muscles, they still work, my legs work, my body is good. And this Lyme thing, that's not me, that's something that is going through my body but is getting out, and it's very transitory. There is nothing that's identity like. So we are just people experiencing things. We are not anything that happens to us, like, if we put it that way. Yeah.
So, are you involved in any Lyme awareness or advocacy work?
um well, I would say yes, but it was completely like my own motivation. It was my idea to, like, try harder to be like, to help other people, like, it was just like, it was like stimulated because people are calling me a lot, I mean, and asking me stuff. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a page and I can share what helped me. And I decided to make maybe an ebook or something, that people can read. It's completely free. I love sharing knowledge. I'm an educator, basically. So talking to people is not a problem for me. And I love talking to people. I love sharing stuff. And, like, if somebody asked me for advice, I would happily give them advice and, directions or anything. So I created some small success hub, like Climb Success Hub, where people can come, and I thought of it as a podcast, and it is a podcast for now. But it can be a place for people to just, reach out to each other, or just find information about how to heal their brain, how to, like, use those tips and some hacks, some different kind of strategies, something unusual, because if somebody has something like Lyme disease, they gotta become a biohacker basically, and you just like there is no one protocol works for all kind of things. So
Mm. Yeah.
yeah.
So, what myths or misconceptions about Lyme disease would you like to clear up?
Oh, misconceptions. Well, that is incurable. Like, I think that's the biggest lie ever. Like, it's not incurable, it's absolutely curable. I mean, I've met so many people who cured it, who are completely free of it, and people don't have to suffer from it all of their life. And people don't have to stay in a wheelchair, people don't have to be stuck in life. Um, and misconception that it is like like it has to be a long time, it has to be like you know detrimental or anything negative about it, like like okay, I think okay that happened, but that doesn't mean that it's not gonna get better like at any point. Like it's just like I would just advise people whatever they hear that's oh it's impossible, oh that's too complex, oh that's too hard, oh that's too expensive. Like money, you can fundraise. Like let's be honest, like fundraising exists. So I highly advise people to fundraise. I mean, and I think that's the way that they can do it, and that they can like achieve some results. I mean, a lot of people struggle like, how do I pay like extremely huge fee for my doctor, or how do I get this supplement or this machine or this thing, or like red light and sauna or whatever. But to be honest, I just want to say like like there are ways, and there is knowledge on how to do things. Like, so like my psychology professor said in high school, he said like not succeeding is just like not trying enough times. And it was always in my head, like if I am failing in something, I just didn't try enough times. So I think that's something that people have to have on their mind, like there are ways for everything, like
Oh,
absolutely.
okay. So, if you could go back in time, what advice would you give to your past self?
I would I would say take those antibiotics, like go to the doctor and say this antibiotic gave me allergy. Please give me another one. Yeah, that's the biggest one, because early detection is like very easy and very inexpensive. And that's what I would tell myself, if only I had I known what I know now, and I would tell myself to go detox, to go sweat more, and to understand what a sauna is. Like I thought the sauna and all those spa things, that is just like super fancy and just for some people who like to be treated luxuriously. But no, it's absolutely like it's a necessity. Like now it's just like, I gotta do it. So it's not a luxurious thing to do like for yourself. I mean, you have to do it. You have to sweat. And if you don't sweat, I mean, that's no good. Toxins gotta get out somehow, and our skin is clearing out. Your lymph is clearing out through skin. And yeah, I would teach myself a lot more about lymphatic system, because lymphatic system is it's complex, but when you understand how it works and how lymphatic massage works, you can help yourself. I mean, you can feel better, like dry brushing. I was like, dry brushing, that sounds so stupid, but when I started to do it, it helps really, like a dry brush, and you just go up, and it's like a massage, but it's really like moving up your lymph upwards, and it's very good, like for your skin, for it makes you, it makes you capable of sweating, to be honest, like because you move that lymph, which is kind of filled with toxins, to your lymph nodes, which then are located in the glands, and glands excrete those toxins out. So that's very important. I would say that to my younger self. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what is your message of hope for Lyme disease warriors listening to you today?
I would say it's not it's not forever. It's
Mm,
not gonna kill you. It's not gonna ruin your life. You're gonna live again. You're gonna be very happy again. You're gonna be able to walk and do stuff. You're gonna be your best self, and just have faith in it. Like, I would
mm,
say, like, you gotta have faith that you're gonna recover. And it's not a fake thing. It's just like, you gotta have faith, like hope, faith, and you gotta love yourself in a way that you have empathy for yourself, like not being like hard on yourself, not being like blaming yourself or anyone else for whatever happened to you, because it's nobody's, it happened, so you gotta go with it, you gotta move on. It's something that happened. You gotta forgive yourself, forgive others, feel gratitude, uh, feel that this is all very, very transitory, like, and believe in healing, because it's possible.
yeah. So now I'm having a round, rapid fire. So I'm expecting one word answers.
Mhm. Okay.
Are you okay? Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So, what food helped you most during recovery?
What food?
Yeah.
Meat.
What hobby is? Is it light meat, lean meat, or the red meat?
What kind of meat? I'd say it's like beef.
Okay, so it is red meat. Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
Okay. So, what hobby helped you feel better?
What hobby? I guess uh making bracelets, and making prayer bracelets, and making just just doing something with my hands that would distract me from thinking about stuff, and also, I guess, reading, watching movies, but it's not like I recommend watching. I mean, everybody watches something. I was watching a lot of stuff while I was very sick.
Hmm.
Um, but I recommend it. And then, if you feel better, I recommend walking, because walking is like my favorite activity, and swimming. That was too many words. I'm so sorry.
No. So, one word that describes your life journey.
One word. That's very that's very hard.
Okay.
Uh,
So
but
take many words then.
I'm gonna try. Okay, I'm gonna think. One word would be like um optimistic struggle. Like that's two words, but it's like struggle, but with optimism.
Yeah. So, your favorite self care ritual?
I'd say, well, it's sauna, but also like a skincare, like, but I'd say sauna, sauna.
Yeah. So coffee or herbal tea?
Um, I don't drink too much coffee. I can have some coffee, here and there. But yeah, coffee tastes very good. Or sometimes if you don't handle caffeine, I mean, then take decaf when it tastes very good. I mean, if it tastes good. But tea is very also very good. So I go for both. I go for both. I love teas
Okay.
like Earl Grey, and like
Mm.
there are many good teas out there.
Okay. So that brings us to the end of today's podcast episode. Jana,
Okay.
thank you for joining us and sharing your powerful story and insights. Your
Yeah.
honesty and strength are truly inspiring, and we deeply appreciate you being here today. To all our listeners, thank you for tuning in to this meaningful conversation. Healing is not always a straight path, but stories like Jana's remind us that hope and progress are always possible. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who may need it. And don't forget to follow us for more real stories from Lyme community. Until next time, stay strong, stay hopeful, and keep supporting one another. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
So we are running the holistic therapy tribe site.
Mm-hmm,
So yeah, so right now we have just listed all the holistic doctors available across USA.
mm-hmm,
Almost 800,000 clinics has been listed over there,
mm-hmm,
and approximately 600,000 businesses, because each business may have more than one branch.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Yeah. So we are just collecting some details for each doctor. Whatever details we are putting it over there.
mm-hmm,
And recently we started disease-based uh, data aggregation, on which we took Lyme as the first one. And so for Lyme related doctors, we are listing it out.
mm-hmm.
And Lyme related other resources like books, events, trainings, and products. So maybe supplements or like that. So
Yeah, great.
it is a, yeah, and podcast and other resources we collect and we'll put it over there.
That's
So
good.
I would, yeah, so I would, I and before that, so we have a goal of touching 10 million people's life from their wellness, illness to wellness journey,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
over
Wow.
a
Yeah.
period of 10 or a period of 10 years. And the way of intervention or the touch may be a small part in their journey from illness to wellness.
Mm-hmm,
Maybe this podcast we have conducted, and they have seen this and got it 2 3 tips from your side,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and they applied it, and then we become a part in their journey. Like that, we are
Sure.
planning. Our aim is to touch 10 million
Good.
people's life.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I support you, and I support. I mean, people need something like that. People need
Mm,
like a lighthouse to guide them to see
mm,
the light. To see what works for people and to
mm,
see results. And so it is a very good idea. I mean, it's a
mm.
very good project, and I highly support you. I highly support that.
Okay. And by doing this, we know that we will not become the richest people, but we can earn a moderate we can live a moderate uh, life.
Sure, sure, sure. Of
Yeah.
course.
And yeah. So Since you are a patient, since you are a Lyme warrior, and you have you have gone through the entire stage, you will be knowing so what such a person will need. So for those, for that purpose, we will be getting, we will be approaching you for advice.
Mm-hmm,
Are
mm-hmm.
you? Yeah. So
Uh,
it's.
yeah, I mean, of course, you can always reach out to me. I mean, in terms of um, real time advice for somebody or something. Like I'm always like really about helping people. So
Mm,
yeah, you can reach out for advice, of course.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, can you please elaborate something more about the Lyme Success Hub that you are currently involved in?
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that was completely my idea. And I mean, I saw the group, Lyme success stories,
Mm,
but it was kind of, Lyme, I mean, groups on Facebook are kind of way too broad. So people with Lyme, they cannot read it. Like they go there, they ask a question, they get lost in the group because everybody's writing something. It's a mess. Like it's too much information.
mm,
And for Lyme people, like they need to have their information very structured,
mm,
very direct message, very direct, very organized data. And I realized that's like the best way to guide them, because people, mm, like if they need to dig deep and go everywhere, they're gonna get lost. So
mm,
uh I don't know, my goal was just to like uh just to share how I see this thing and
mm,
how I this journey for people, and how I think other people should see it too, like something not so personal, not like, oh, I am like this, blah blah blah. No, like I'm more of a technical person. Like, let's get to the base of it. Like, what's the base? Let's give it some real facts about the brain. Let's get on to the some real advice, like, you have to do this to in order for to get from A to B. And I mean, it's like maybe my own like a personality trait of mine, but I like to like organize some data and put it out there, and in hope that it will help somebody else. So that was my entire goal, and to inspire people with
mm,
success of other people's stories and everything.
mm. So when initially so it is a website.
I don't have a website, to be honest. I only have a page. I only have Instagram page, and
Oh, mm,
yeah, um, I had other tech ideas, but it's still early for that, I think. But I do have ideas on
mm,
how to develop it, but I think it will take time. I still have some obligations to do, and I mean, I constantly have some project ideas and all the stuff, like, but uh we'll see what will happen, because everything you want to do, you need to invest some, let's say, it's either time or money or both, time, money,
yes.
and you gotta invest people, like
Mm,
manpower, people who are gonna work, who are gonna talk, who are gonna do the background stuff. Like, for example, you have people, and for now, it's only everything is run by me, and I'm doing
mm,
everything. But like, if it gets to a bigger point, like it's gonna be a different, set of things, and it's probably gonna be something more entrepreneurial, let's say.
mm,
But for now, it is just like, it's just a small kind of hub where I want to where I want to share what I want to share.
Okay, fine. So basically, we started with doing some post about Lyme and all. Then we understood. See, we don't have any background we don't have experience with Lyme. Neither we do have background in the uh, in the medical field. So our expertise is in branding, holistic therapy, and holistic therapist. That's my specialty. But I understood even with this skill, I can do that. What I told, help out this many people, I can touch out. So I utilize only this skill set in this project.
Yeah. Integrated skills. Yeah.
Yeah. And so then what we thought is, so we will get only uh, we slowly started stopping doing the post, then started getting the real advice or real conversation from the real people, like doctors, like warriors, like coaches. So then we shifted that way. So it is an authority telling this thing, so we don't have any problem, and people can. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have told a couple of pointers, that are helpful pointers for the patients. So it's from your experience you're telling. So it will be, so there is no extra questions that can be asked, because you have experienced it and you're suggesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's
that is the direction that we are doing right now. That's why we are conducting podcast. Yeah.
yeah. It's good. I mean, your approach is good. And I understand it. It was my low battery. But
Mm,
yeah, I understand.
mm,
People need to reach out. People need to ask for the real experienced people, and that's good. That's a good way to do it. I mean, and it's helping people.
mm,
And like, what are we doing if we are not helping each other on Earth? Like, yeah.
yeah. So we will keep in touch. So we will need your advice as
Hmm.
help in terms of advice,
Hmm.
because we don't have direct experience. Yeah. And you
Okay.
have, and you exactly know what type of help a Lyme patient, a Lyme warrior need.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Of
So
course. Feel free to
yeah.
contact, of course. uh, and I am interested, and I am seeking connections, so I'm seeking to be connected with like-minded people who want this idea, this big scheme, like big complex
Mm,
scheme. Totally okay with me. I want to be a part of people who want to help people. So
mm, yeah. So the reason why when I started the conversation, the reason why I told our goal, so
mhm,
you to get a base understanding why I am doing it.
mhm. Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah.
So we will close this meeting.
Okay.
Yeah. So have a good day.
Thank you very much. You too. You too.
Bye.
Have a very
Yeah.
good day.
Thank you very much for the time you have spent.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.